just had a blowout with Gary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a little pissed off at him because on the wrap-up show yesterday, he's playing bits I haven't played because I haven't played them fast enough for him. So he wanted to give an example of a bit. But like I said, Gary, when do you ever do that? What am I, on a timetable? I mean, if I don't get to something within a week, I get the shit on?
He had decided that you were never going to play that.
Yeah. So he started arguing with me, and I said, Gary, what's the argument? You know the rule. Oh, I'm glad we know now. I go, no, you've known that for... You just stop it. Enough of the wrap-up show, then. Enough. It's done. Over. The wrap-up show. I said, just don't go in and invade my shit. I'm like crazed out of my mind over, and I fixate, and then I can't let go of something.
Right.
We had a saying in AA about drinking and drugs. Don't admit it. Don't deny it. Stop it.
Right.
No argument.
What pissed me off is he acted like he didn't know that's the rule.
Well, what are the bits that they used to, because it was sort of like, they used to have bits that were...
Bits Howard wouldn't play?
Right.
Yeah, well, they would come to me and say, here's some bits that you're not using. Do you mind if we use them on the Friday show? And I'd say, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm never going to use those. The Grandpa Pizza clip that Sal's been busting my ass to get on, I just kind of keep there, and when I feel like playing it, I play it.
Okay.
I'm actually glad I like to try to keep at least 5 to 10 things in the chamber, so to speak, in case I need them.
Okay.
If I need to take a break or I feel like I want to just play a bunch of things in a row,
They were looting the reserves.
I've got my madness. Yeah, they looted my vault, so to speak, because I didn't do it fast enough for Gary. He goes, well, I'm just looking to make it interesting on the wrap-up show. I go, no. I don't care about the wrap-up show. It's irrelevant, the wrap-up show. I mean, really, you're fucking freaking me out.
First of all, Howard, it's not... You focus on this thing and like as if it wasn't about whether you play...
No, you don't understand.
But hold on, can I just make a point?
How many years are you working with me?
First of all, it wasn't about whether you play the stuff fast enough or not. It was about how the guys freak out and nag me that you're not getting
Fine.
the stuff.
Talk about it.
And we did talk about all that.
Good.
And that was, we all sort of agreed, and if we're wrong, I'm sorry, we all agreed that was a bit that you had decided not to play.
No, that was never, ever
in fact,
discussed.
Sal said he saw you take it off your page.
I took it off, and I said to him, Sal, in the next hour, remind me.
I'm not, Howard, I swear to you, I'm not.
Gary,
I'm
are
not
you my
arguing.
producer or not?
Yes.
Fuck Sal and Richard. Are you my producer?
Yes. And
what's the rule?
When we did the
you
Friday show,
call me up and you tell me.
I never played any of that stuff for you when we did the Friday.
Yes,
never.
you did. You came to me and said, do you mind if I play this? Bits Howard rejected. I didn't reject the bit.
After like
you got to fucking be kidding me. You're going to argue this with me?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to give you some insight into what happened.
No
arguing.
insight.
I'm not arguing
I'm sick
with
of your
you.
insight. Just tell me,
But
boom.
you pay me for insight.
No, listen to me. Here's the rule yet again. If anybody doesn't understand it, you call me up and you fucking ask me if I'm done with something. How's that?
That I understand.
All right,
that.
thank you.
But
you don't understand.
I'm not arguing with you. I swear to you, I'm not arguing.
No, I understand you had a rationale. We all get it.
I'm just trying to tell you what I was thinking,
Yeah,
so
I
you don't understand that.
Stop thinking.
But I don't want you to think like I'm just some fucking renegade lunatic just playing whatever I want.
No, it's just that you get excited and you listen to Sal and Richard and they boss you around.
That's
and
not
you
true.
Can't fucking. You gotta fucking use your head.
Robin, did you?
It wasn't like that at all.
It wasn't, Robin. Robin was there.
No, you
but
know.
I'm just saying it wasn't like that. It was.
Of course, it's like that.
It was very organic, and it just seemed. It's not like I'm.
It's not organic. What is this organic?
It just sort of happened.
What is organic?
It's not like I walked.
I'm the organ. How I know what's organic.
It's not like I walked in and said, "Oh, let's play bits from the show today." It just sort of happened, and it seemed. And it
don't
felt
let
right.
things happen. It felt right.
It did.
It feels wrong to me.
It does now.
Yeah. It felt right. No. This is. Let me explain to you yet again how I work. I don't necessarily play something for 10 years. It comforts me to know there are 10 things that my audience hasn't heard that's fresh and new.
Robin, did I say that on the air yesterday?
Yeah, good. So then where did you go wrong?
We were all under
We.
Hold on. We meaning...
Who's the we? I want to hear the royal we.
Me.
You is we.
I'm going to take the me.
You call yourself we.
Was under the assumption that you were done with that bit. And okay,
No.
it was a mistake. It was a mistake. I admit it.
Done with it. I haven't played it yet.
Nobody...
I never said to Sal I'm not playing it. I said not today. I'm not ready. And Sal knew that too.
He didn't.
Yes, he did. In fact, I said to him, I'm taking it off this page. I said, in the next hour, remind me. And he never reminded me. He's incompetent, and so are you.
And listen, I wasn't looking, Howard.
Sal, get out of here. Just leave. You'd be the smartest man on the planet if you left right this second. You'd be really smart if you left right now.
I got one thing to say.
Say it, but I told you.
Okay.
What, did I warn you?
Yes.
You'd be really smart to leave right now.
Okay, on the
See,
All right, go ahead.
would've
You're
left.
so smart. You're
No.
going to stay.
On the wrap-up show, I said, Gary, this is not a good idea. Howard hasn't played it yet.
Oh, fuck you! Robin, did he say that?
Well, then he's
No.
right.
I'll
Right,
pull
no,
the tape.
You
I'll pull the
fucking
tape.
cocksucking
No, I'm
lying
not
piece
throwing
of
you on-
shit. You are a fucking
I'm not
piece
throwing-
of shit.
no,
You're
wait
total,
a-
you
you're
are-
telling
You know
him.
what? I now look at you and
know-
see you
I
for the
swear to
human
God, I can't
piece of
win.
shit
Sal
that
told
you
you.
are. Howard,
No, but I'm
Robin
not
just,
saying
shut the
that.
Fuck up. Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
not- listen to
Robin
me.
just said that he did not say that. Robin
I
was in
swear
there
to
for the
God,
whole
I'll pull the
show.
I'm
tape.
glad you actually stayed. I apologize.
But wait a minute. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm trying to say is that...
No, you said he's wrong.
No. The point I'm trying to make is that you did pull it off the page.
Yes.
And Gary is
and
right.
what did I say to you when I
and-
pulled it off the page? Quote what I said to you when I pulled it off
Why
the
don't
page.
you just say what you told me out there?
And I said...
Why don't you say... Okay, here's what he goes.
What did I? Wait a second. What did I say to you when I pulled the bit off the page?
Remind me about it again at another break.
In another break.
And I did, though.
No, you didn't.
No, but Howard, we have. But
and I
the
don't
thing-
care. That means I'm still using it.
But I'm not saying what
see what I
Gary...
go through with this
here's
lunatic?
the point I'm trying to make. What Gary
what
was
do you
saying...
mean what you go through with the lunatic?
This
You're the
lunatic, you know
lunatic.
him.
He's not a lunatic. You are.
He's a fucking lunatic.
No,
No,
he's
I'm not.
not.
He okay, I'm going to tell you what he just said out there. I walked out. I go, just want to let you know Howard's really upset about yesterday. And he goes,
He
about
pulled it
that
off the
bit. He goes,
page.
woo! Starts making the crazy sign about
No,
you.
I
You little
said,
piece
I'm
of
crazy.
shit.
No,
Don't fucking deny it, cocksucker.
No, now he's selling me out. He goes,
I'm not telling you, I'm telling
went
the
in there-
truth.
You went in there. You went to me and goes, fucking Howard's going nuts on me. And I go,
said
why'd
Howard
you go?
is
Why are
furious
you
about yesterday.
why are you reporting to Sal my reaction?
Because I want them to be ready for this.
No. You should be ready.
Oh, God.
Why are you reporting what I say to you to Sal? Is he the boss?
Absolutely not.
So in other words, when Mel Karmazin, you go into a meeting with him, do you sit there and tell everything Mel said to everyone else?
If it affects all of us, yes, because I want them to know not to play.
How does it affect? If you're
Howard,
doing your
you
job, how does it affect
You can't ask
them?
a question and
This
not get
is
an answer.
insane. He
You can't
goes and
ask-
reports to Sal.
You can't get a question. Can't ask a question and not.
Go ahead.
not-
What else are you going to report?
What if they think it's okay to play bits and I didn't say anything to them? not to do
Say,
it?
by the way, I made a mistake yesterday.
Okay,
You
what
don't
was it?
report on my mood. No, you. What do you mean? Oh, stop. You know I'm right. If you're in management, you go out. You don't sit and bust me. You
I'm not
go
busting
out
you.
and
They
you
need
say,
to know that it
no,
comes from you. That you
no,
don't
it
wanna-
comes from you.
right, I'm done with you.
You
Wait.
don't know. It comes from
Gary,
you.
hold on.
Stupid.
No, wait. Gary, you need to come back here.
Fucking die.
See, he thinks I'm selling him out, but
You
I'm
sold
not.
him out.
No, I didn't.
But I'm glad you did because I knew it.
No, but it sounds like
knew
you sold him
what?
out with a lie.
He's never
Sal.
done that before.
No, but I didn't. I said on the wrap-up show
Did
yesterday.
Gary say what you said he said? I mean,
No,
did you
but
say
Listen,
to Gary what you said
Sal,
you said to
don't
Gary?
worry about it. Gary knows he did the wrong thing. I've told him this a million times. That's why he came running in. Wolf, guess what happened yesterday?
Oh,
I
he did
played the
tell
Grandpa
you?
Pizza bit because he knows. Wolf, something happened on the wrap-up show yesterday, but I think I did the right thing. I go, well, how's that the right thing? You didn't call me.
Gary kept saying to you today, goes, Sal said you took it off the page, which is true.
All
I
right,
did.
all
say-
right.
But,
Okay, you
but
can
that
leave
doesn't.
now.
But even though you took it off the page, the point I'm trying to make is that when he decided to play on the wrap-up show yesterday, I said, Gary, are you sure you want to do this? And Gary said, trust me, it's not being played.
Oh, wow.
That's the point I'm trying to make, Gary.
Trust him.
I think that there was you guys felt that it was never going to be played.
We did too, yeah.
Yeah, and
But
Gary gets
And-
pressured by these
and
guys.
It wasn't
he
a
can't.
pressure. It was sort of like a consensus that, yeah, this is a bit Howard's never going to play.
I've never said I'm not playing it.
I think Gary used common sense in this case that it really sat for a long time, and I think the call wasn't that bad in this circumstance.
Hook-nosed Mike, you're on the air in Tampa. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Howard, you hook-nosed Jew bastard. Listen, I wanted to know if you had any new bits to play today. Do I have to listen to the wrap-up show to hear them?
Oh, I'm glad you called, Hook-Nose. Yeah, the new bits now debut on the wrap-up show because I'm an asshole. Because Gary never knew that. He thought it was over.
I should tune in to anything that's new and exciting at 10 o'clock for the wrap-up show?
Yeah. Listen to Sal, Richard, and Gary on the wrap-up show today. They'll probably have some more stuff to play for you that I haven't played yet. I'll try and rush to get to a lot of it, but if I miss it, you know.
Hey, listen, if you miss it, Howard, they're going to play it. So,
Oh, yeah. Tune in. I'm telling you, you'll never know what you'll hear. Nate, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, yesterday Sal did say something to Gary on the wrap-up show about it.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Gary does what Gary wants.
Well, we have a tape of it. We can listen.
I'll listen to it.
But it
I'm going to
was-
go back and listen to the show.
The point is that you, Howard, did take it off the page.
I
You
did.
tell me to remind you. You
That's
did
right.
sit for
So
for-
you knew, too, that I wanted
Yes.
it.
Well, you sat on it for a long time, and I think.
Yes. How long do I have to? So I know.
Yeah, there's a shelf life.
I
How
don't
long
know.
is the
That's what I
shelf
was asking.
life, Sal, before you and Gary play it on the wrap-up show?
That's your call. You're the
Yeah.
boss.
Well, no, I'm not.
You're the
You and
ringleader.
Gary are the boss. You
No.
decided yesterday on your own to play it.
No.
So who's the boss?
You are.
No, you are. You decide when things are played.
No,
I didn't play
I-
it fast enough for you.
I told Gary he should not do it. I mean, but so.
So
I'm
Gary-
not
I
gonna-
don't recall you telling him
I
not
said
to
maybe
do it.
it's not a good idea, and he said, "Trust me, it's a good idea." But I think in this case, Gary made a good call. I mean,
you do? Oh, you think he
maybe.
made a good call?
If you
okay,
weigh it
good.
out.
All right. Okay. Well, from now
that's
on, I'll
right.
check in with you.
No, you don't have to.
All right. Thanks, Sal.
All right.
Thanks a lot, pal.
But I don't want Gary.
Sal thinks Gary made a good call.
Well, that's all that counts.
Glad we got a lot out of
Don't
it.
come in here. Don't come into my office and apologize to me with your fucking stockbroker bullshit. Don't come in here.
Well,
Don't fucking come in here.
What are
This
you
guy-
angry about? Yourself, I hope.
No, I'm angry.
He
that
told you
Sal-
not to
Sal
play
will
it.
do Sal will say anything in front of you to make himself look good.
No.
Gary couldn't have played it if they hadn't gone to get it.
The-
So he wasn't that adamant.
The point that I was trying to make to you, Gary, is you said to Howard 3 times, Sal said you took it off the page. You were already implying that it was me that led you to play it on the wrap-up show.
No, Gary did it himself. He knows
No,
what.
I
He
take
knows the rules.
responsibility for it, but don't sit here and say like you ran it like a fireman and said, "Don't play that bit." You always do that to try to make yourself look good in front of Howard.
It's
You're in
not
the
true.
back.
According to this listener, he did say don't play the bit.
No,
Oh,
he
he
didn't.
No, he didn't.
I said, Gary,
Nate,
maybe
you heard it, right?
Oh, definitely. He said, Howard still might play it, and Gary laughed. He goes, "Trust me, he ain't gonna play it."
That's how
Yeah,
it went
oh,
down.
yeah. He knows.
But
So,
you
Gary,
said,
get back in here and
you
apologize
said,
to me.
I don't
Apologize to
know,
Sal,
I don't
Gary.
know. And then you went to get it.
Gary,
Fuck him.
apologize to Sal. You're lying.
He's a cunt.
Why is he a cunt? Apologize.
Because he just will do anything to make it.
Why? He warned you not to play
When
it.
he feels the avalanche coming, he'll do anything to get himself
But
out.
Gary, he warned you not to play it, so apologize
He
to him.
didn't warn me not to play it at all.
I was looking out for
He
you.
just said it on the wrap-up
Oh,
show.
you're terrible.
Can I just say that thank God Sal isn't smart and he stayed in.
Right.
That's what I get for looking out for Gary.
Oh, you're terrible.
No, I mean,
Sal,
Gary,
listen
listen,
to-
Gary's working with me 20 years. He doesn't know. Just give me a call. Don't make decisions on your own. He knows that.
Call him, Gary.
Never make a decision on your own.
Sal, listen though, a piece of advice for the workplace. If you're going to be phony and fuck over people, do it to one party, not to everyone, because then everybody's going to be mad
How
at
did
you.
he fuck him over?
Artie, what are you
Well,
implying?
it
There's no
sounded, like,
phoniness.
it sounded like you ran in here. I mean,
Go ahead.
when you ran in here and said what you had to say about Gary, you made it sound like you were way more adamant, like you were the hero of the situation.
No.
And immediately
Okay.
got Howard, on your
Listen,
side
listen.
about it. It didn't sound that strong.
Okay, but let me explain to you the point I was trying
I've
to
been
make.
made very uncomfortable today.
Me too.
No.
Sal, were you
I don't care
happy
about
that
your.
it was played? He certainly was
said-
congratulating himself
yes,
for his
I
reaction.
said Gary
he was
made a
happy
good-
it was done.
Yeah, I said Gary made
Gary
a good
made a
in
good
this,
call?
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
Gary made a good
Think
call.
so, Sal?
And yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
good.
that's
He got
me.
your bit on the air in ASAP.
But the point I'm trying to make.
He overrode my decision and decided that it was time.
and that's
and that was a
wrong.
good decision.
That's wrong.
I see.
But in this case,
But you
it's
really
50-50.
didn't feel Howard
I
was
see.
going to play it.
Right, and I didn't.
You
Yes,
don't know. You don't know anything about it.
and I don't know anything about it. But the thing is,
my point is that was the feeling you were conveying in the room, that it was never going to be played. You had lost hope and faith.
it was 50-50. That's why I said to Gary, I don't know
think
if you
it was
should
more
play.
a 90-10.
Well, Robin, Robin, I did say to
all
Gary.
right, thank you.
But
You
hold
have
on.
to leave now.
The point I'm trying to make, though, please, is that
You made all the points. It's boring.
Gary said 5 times. Sal said you took it off the page, so he's already implying that I led him to do it, and I didn't.
Right.
So I'm not trying to be.
right.
That's
Now,
the point.
I'll listen
That's
to
why
the
I came.
tape.
But that's why I came in here.
Sal, not
I only
applying
came in
it.
here.
It was my decision. I take responsibility for it. You guys didn't pressure me or anything. But don't say you tried to stop it like a fucking fireman running into a burning building.
Well, Gary, when you say 5 times, Sal said you took it off the page. It sounded like you were implying that I
All
led
right,
you to
thank
do
you.
it.
Thank
So
you.
you came in to
This is
defend yourself.
fascinating.
That's exactly why I came in, and
I
I
think we should hear the
you're
tape.
bitching and complaining about not getting it on.
What's
All
that?
right, thank you. Come
right.
on, come on.
I'm
Get out.
dizzy.
Get out. I'm dizzy from you myself. I'm dizzy from all of
Sal,
you.
go get some Viking and bring him in.
Tim, you're on the air in Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
Hi.
Hey, this wrap-up show, man, honestly, it's a good show. But in the last month or so, I think it's really been going to Baba Booey's head. He sits back there, he's the devil's advocate, he's argumentative, and he's spinning it his way. And
Well,
I don't know, man.
I'll tell you what. Thank God for tape, because I have a clip that I'm going to play in 2 minutes of Sal telling Gary not to play the clip. Yeah. So I will play it for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then that'll be it. Glenn, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. Hal, what's going on?
I don't
with
recall
this
him
show,
saying
man?
that.
Hold it, Glenn. I can't hear you. 1 second. Please begin again.
I said you need to get out of therapy. You're getting soft because first Robin's on the Bubba show, giving her revelation. Now this guy's doing his thing. I mean, what the fuck's going on in here, dude? You need to get a little tough like you used to back in the day, and you need to get that Yenta off the View every day after your show.
What?
That's Gary, I think he's calling the wrap-up show The View.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what?
Sir, explain your comedy.
is...
Booey off of that show.
Baba
The
Booey
last
is
caller
overloaded.
right.
He's really overloaded. I got to tell you because he just bullshits me.
Yeah, well,
and-
it's no good. That show's no good anyway, really.
Oh, come on. The show's good.
The show's good. That's not my
It
problem.
was a good idea to have a show like that. And look, it creates
the last
this.
caller was right. It's really not that good because, I mean, they just sit around and cackle about what you did already all day.
I know, all day.
Frauds.
Well, I'm going to play it because Howard hasn't played it yet, so I'll just play it. And I'll be good.
Well,
it's
I
like-
think
it's
it
like-
was more an interpretation that you had lost. You liked it, but you didn't like it
No,
enough to play.
I liked it
Because
fine.
you had previewed it a lot, according to them.
So what?
I don't know.
That's
I'm
my
just telling
process.
you.
That's my process. I've got a process for this thing. It's been pretty successful the way I do it.
You got already fallen asleep.
Good.
That's comedy. That's comedy 101, my friend. Fat guy falls asleep equals laughs.
He ain't doing it behind my back.
To his side, I'm
I'm
doing
just saying, I mean,
He doesn't do it on the wrap-up show. That's what he only does it here.
Well, by then I've had a time for a cocaine break, Robin.
you got Sal Boston up.
I'm just really out of my mind over it. And I don't want to start a show like that, but I'll try and move on. I'm really perplexed.
Can I say something a little behind the scenes thing, which I think defends what you're saying? The other day, and Sal and Richard, 90% of their bits are great, but the other day they played something they did with Joe Franklin.
Right.
And I sit back here, and every once in a while you'll go to me for an opinion, and I overhear it. I didn't think it was that strong. I was like,
It was bad.
You know, well, bad, whatever. I was like, I was hoping you would ask me because I saw you were pondering it. But you didn't say no, you didn't say yes, and Richard pitched it like any writer would, and you didn't give any example of you being mad about it or just like, look, we'll get to it later. And in my head, I'm going, that's kind of smart because you wake up the next day with comedy, it might seem good,
Right.
and maybe you'll want to play
Well,
it.
I'll
And
give
you
you an
never said
example.
yes or no, and if that was played on the wrap-up show and I was you, and I was waiting to sleep on it, that would make me mad.
Yeah, well,
so
let
I
me
guess,
tell you, you've hit it on the head.
Right.
What I do is when I prepare the show, I have a computer in front of me. Like, for example, here it is, Jack and Rod with Joe Franklin. It's been
Right.
sitting here now for a week and a half. And I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about how could I make that good? How could I explain who Joe Franklin is to a lot of the
And
audience?
who knows, Joe Franklin may come up in a conversation, and then
Exactly.
it's organic.
And so even with this Grandpa Pizza bit, I know the bit's there. Lately, we've been very full. We've been very busy with different kinds of things. I haven't needed to go to it. And I have a process I work through. And I also get very comforted by having 10 things sort of laying around that I can hit if I need it. And Gary knows this. This is how I work. Now, for him to go on a show for 3 seconds of pleasure to play something that I'm sitting on and thinking about and putting this much effort into,
That would aggravate me, absolutely, yeah.
I'm aggravated.
Hey, Hal.
Yeah.
Listen, just tell Gary to start being a boss and run the office and stop dilly-dallying with these fucking two.
Right.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Be a boss.
He's got to step up and just be their boss.
Well, he's still an intern in his own mind. That's the
what I
problem.
mean.
I was never an intern here.
Whatever, a shadow traffic stooge.
Yeah, but in defense of Gary, though, sir, the way the show's structured.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, part of the brilliance of the show is
Artie, that's your famous line. In defense of Fred, in defense of Robin, in defense...
I've never defended Fred once.
Or me. I never recall that being said.
I can't defend you, you fuckhead.
He had to defend Fred because he's the only man in that place. That's why he's been dragging him with him for 35 years.
He's a real man.
35 years? How dare you?
I've been dragging him like a ball and chain for 35 years. That's
35
why.
years.
Man, he's a man.
What kind of a fruit are
Damn
you?
it.
Hey, Hal.
Yeah.
How's Gary going to get those guys in line when they know, like little kids, they can run to someone above him and make fun of Gary?
Hey, Hal, in defense of Artie, I think...
No, you see, a defining moment was yesterday. Gary knows Sal and Richard every minute are bitching and stuff, and he talks about it on the wrap-up show. Fine, good call.
Right.
Look,
But
listen,
he know.
Listen, hey, Hal, I got to go. I got
Yeah.
to pay my toll. I'm driving down this
All right, go pay your toll.
So you're not in the conversation.
So he's talking.
I sort of feel that this is my fault because I was the one who said, is there no other recourse if a bid is never going to be played? I didn't know
Sure there
this
is.
was not a...
There's absolutely recourse.
Howard?
I
Okay.
will give it to the guys. And I'll say, hey, put it up there and play it.
On preview page 2 in red is Sal saying maybe we shouldn't play this.
All right, let me hear it.
And I will. But I still, it wasn't as if Sal ran in and said, stop. But
Gary, preview page 1 or 2?
in red.
2.
I said 2.
Okay.
Maybe this should be an outlet again for bits you couldn't get played, and they've been sitting there.
All right, because Robin's here, why don't you go grab Dead Grandpa Pizza? Go grab it, throw it on a CD.
Probably up right there.
No. This is a different proposition.
Well, maybe Howard wants to hit it first.
It's not going to happen. I'm telling you. Between you and I was about to erase it.
I'll go
okay?
make a CD
All right.
right
So go make it. And
Now,
Robin
he was
is a
about
good
to
judge.
erase it. Who asked you to erase it? I didn't tell
Well,
you to
I would have
erase
spoken
it.
about it, but it was about to be. You know, we need room on the pages.
All right, good.
But
good.
listen, Howard.
Okay. All right, I can't take this
But
anymore.
I'm not here. I'm not out to.
No, you sabotaged
I'm
me.
not out to sabotage you.
You did, but you did.
But I mean, do you?
You sabotaged
Are
me.
are your decisions right 100% of the time?
Actually, yeah. Yeah. I'm always right.
You're never wrong.
Never.
You never.
I'm never wrong. I
Okay.
can't think of. I can't even give you an example of when I'm
Well, when
wrong.
you're the
I can give you
boss,
one
when you're the
example.
boss, that's the thing.
Oh, yeah, he can't be wrong for himself.
Go ahead. Tell me an example of when I was wrong.
You supported Bush in the war, and then you changed your mind,
That's not wrong. That was an opinion at the time.
which you changed.
Right. Now, my
Based on
opinion is.
lies he was feeding us.
I was told a series of facts about weapons of mass
Okay,
destruction.
Bad example.
Well, because you can't even think of an example where I'm wrong. I'm never wrong. How can I be wrong?
I got one time you were wrong.
Go ahead.
1986, that outfit on Letterman, the black leather pants and the brown cowboy boots.
All right, you got me there.
It wasn't even right at the time.
It will never be right.
You know what I kept thinking of today when you were getting mad at me off the air, and then now, you know what I kept thinking of? You know what tomorrow is, right? It's Take Your Children to Work Day.
Oh.
And I thought, like, maybe they should see this.
You know what, Gary?
I go
Honestly,
home and
What?
complain-
See what?
See
See what?
See me getting.
See what? That you do things wrong?
Yeah,
Why
that's
should
what
your
they-
son see that?
They should see me get emasculated.
Emasculated?
Yeah.
I'm the emasculated one. I'm the one who feels emasculated in this. I don't even have control of my own show anymore. You and Sal and Richard emasculated me.
Yes,
you cut
already.
my balls off. What do you mean you're emasculated? Your son should see how you emasculated me.
Yes, he should. Both of them.
I mean, what is this?
Sounds like everybody's running around here with no balls.
Yeah. He's emasculated.
Gary, you know, I've look. I've never been a producer. I think right now, after hearing that tape, I got to apologize to Sal. I mean, you were clearly the protagonist in that.
No, but he made it sound as
And
if he
Sal
was,
did clearly say maybe he wants to hit it, and you were
But-
like,
but-
no.
but
You
he
really
He
made
didn't say
it out.
don't play it. He said
And Artie,
maybe he wants to.
you have to hear.
But that's a good
Hold on a
suggestion
second.
in that situation, obviously.
You have to hear the whole conversation
Right,
leading up to that. There was a whole. I'm not saying I made the right decision. I'm just saying that Sal was like, our stuff never gets played. He's acting like the entire time he was in there was like, ooh, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I think you should admit you're
All right,
wrong and
let's-
deal with
let's,
the
move
people
on.
who work for you directly. It sounds like you're in competition with Sal now because your two kids talking to the teacher.
No, I'm not in
like,
competition.
he did
But
it, he
what
did
you
it.
said earlier is right. It's very difficult, and I had this problem with Stuttering John for 10 years.
Oh, no, I know,
It's very
yeah.
difficult to tell someone you can do this, you can do that, when you know very well that they're going to run into Howard and say,
This is not that example. This has nothing to do with that. It's plain and simple.
Oh, never mind.
This is not an example of Sal and Richard usurping you. They
No,
went
but I'm
to
saying
you.
as a general
you made
rule,
the call.
as a general rule, they could.
Could do what? What are they
Usurp me.
doing? How do they usurp you? What? Because they make fun of Baba Booey?
No, just not that. Like they'll come in, I'll be like, we shouldn't do this, and then they'll come back in and go, you know, Gary said we shouldn't do this, but we were thinking this is funny.
Well, they shouldn't do that. So tell them not to do it.
So maybe you should,
But what happens-
do the whole parental thing that you and Gary shouldn't disagree in front of the kids, and you should take Gary aside.
Gary's the one who went out and reported to Sal our conversation. All right, thank you. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Gary Del Botte, everyone. Producer.
So Sal's like Ireland Baldwin.
Gary's like Ireland Baldwin. I'm going to fly out there and
I thought he was Kim
He's
Basinger.
gonna
I'm going to straighten him out. I try to keep straightening him out.
You out.
And you'd better be ready.
You have insulted me for the last time. You've insulted me.
All right. Well, anyway, the bit is Grandpa Pizza, and you can hear it on the wrap-up show.
Howard?
Yeah.
I have 2 questions. A, is the bit any good? And B, could we actually hear it now? So
Play it. I don't have it now. It's in the hands of Baba Boofi.
Oh.
I don't know where it is.
Hold on, I have it.
See? He's got it. He's got it for his show.
Oh, so we have to go to the wrap-up show page.
Yeah, come on, Fred. Gary
sorry.
preview page 1, first column in light blue, third one down.
Thank you, Gary, for lending that to me.